Whether you're just starting your recruiting journey or are stuck somewhere in the middle, Full Out Collegiate Recruiting is the answer to unlocking your full potential and reaching your collegiate gymnastics goals. Full Out advisors provide comprehensive support throughout the entire recruiting process. From building athletic profiles to creating standout highlight reels, they got you covered. Their team of experts will walk you through every step, ensuring you're well prepared to impress the college coaches. Your path to success starts here with Full Out Collegiate Recruiting. Schedule a free consultation at www.fulloutrecruit.com. That's fulloutrecruit.com. And mention Region 5 and receive a free leotard.
You know what it is, purple yellow, purple yellow, purple yellow, You know what it is, purple yellow, purple yellow, purple yellow. Everything they do it big, purple yellow, yeah, Screaming, that's nothing. When Aaliyah stuck it in the last spot, now that's stunting. Reppin' LSU, you know something. Purple yellow, purple yellow, purple yellow. Jay Clark, he knows something. Got a roster full of big faces. Crowns up, because they know it's their time. Rings on. 50 years in the making. Dee stepped down so they could shine. Purple yellow, purple yellow. Now that's something. Now let's get this podcast started on time. Purple yellow, let's go. Podcast time.
NCAA's begins with an alum unbalanced, but then she found her balance for a national title. We might have seen a new skill that could be perfected for some originality. A new champion is added to the short list. Finally, it happened, and all is right in the world. One more standing full for old time's sake. The Pilgrims founded the Plymouth Colony in 1620s. But in the 2020s, we have our own Pilgrim, and her journey is only getting started. Welcome back to the only podcast with a gymnastics-inspired rap every week, the College Salute Podcast, the place you go for all you need to know about how our Region 5 alums are doing during their NCAA careers. You know Kim, and of course I'm Jason, and only 3 sessions of gymnastics this weekend, but no less drama in any of them. I was the most popular person at Region 5, level 6 to 8 regionals this weekend, because of course, I'm watching college gymnastics while coaching. I mean, priorities, right? We have seniors, last performances, some national champions that make the world right, and drama that OU provided, and Utah almost repeated. But first, a free way to support our show is by leaving a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to the College Salute Podcast. Tell us what you love about the show or what you'd like to see improved. The review helps others discover our podcast and join our Region 5 family. Help us continue to grow our podcast, which is the only regionally based podcast in the country. We continue to show our love for our alums throughout their college careers, so please show us some love with a review and a 5-star rating. Also, remember to check out our podcast with Region 5 alum and special guest Jordan Weber as we talk Region 5 and Arkansas with one of the most famous alums from our region. You can also watch the podcast on our College Salute YouTube channel. Give the channel a follow and then Jordan's interview a like for us. All right, Kim, Fab 5. Let's start off with John has questions like you. Like, how does Cal pack the Cal Bearhead? I mean, it travels everywhere. It travels everywhere.
Yeah, but I think it smushes.
It must. It has to. Now, hopefully, he mentioned that they clean that thing because they gotta clean all the air being breathed in there.
Ugh. But you know what? They don't wear it that long. They gotta Febreze it or something. But I still am every time I see it, I'm still kicking myself that at Pitt I didn't take a picture with the Bearhead.
You should have.
Yeah, but I was too busy. But I think at that moment when the Bearhead, when they walked by with it, I was either A, talking to somebody, or B, I was fangirling over Trinity Thomas and getting a picture with her, which I don't usually fangirl over anybody, but Trinity Thomas was there.
What do you think is better, a team that brings something or a team that just finds something at a meet?
Okay, so yeah, I remember last time we talked about the Stanford stick, and they literally had this big ass branch that was like a literal stick with a bow. This time they had a branch and it had leaves on it. So I am going with they don't pack their own stick. They just rip sticks and branches off of trees wherever they are. So, packing purposes, Stanford, because they don't have to just bring this big stick with them. Maybe when they're at home, they have a stick, like their certain stick. But when they travel, I think they just rip a branch off whatever tree is near them. The bear head, that's a purchase. Like, do you write that off like in your athletic department? Like, we have purchased a bear head. And that has to be laundered. That has to be laundered.
Yes.
Because,
Extra expenses there.
Yeah. Because like head lice.
Yeah,
do you
not
buy
good.
it a ticket on the plane? Like, can you imagine this bear head just like sitting with you?
Sitting in the seats.
Yeah. Or when they get on the plane, like, I don't know, does Cal fly private? Do they fly commercial? How do you fly, Cal? Because if they're flying private, like some teams fly private. If you're flying private, it's fine. Somebody just carries it on. Or does it have like a hat box? I would get a bear head hat box, like a traditional hat box,
That's phenomenal.
like a bear head hat box.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe in the shape of the bear head. The shape of the bear head. So it's like a bear head, bear box.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or does somebody smush it in their suitcase? So many questions. So John, I'm with you. I have questions now too.
That's a lot of questions about a bear head.
Yeah, so like any of the Cal gymnasts, any of y'all that are Region 5 alums on the Cal team, if y'all can just let us know, you know how to get a hold of us. Let us know about this bear head and how he travels. Or she. Does it have a name? Just answer our questions and we'll let John know later.
I do have some questions about the broadcast decisions for commentator. However, we did have 3 of 4 in the stream team that did all the events from Region 5. Of course, that would be Bridget Sloan, Sam Peshek, and Anastasia Webb. Shout out to Kennedy Baker. I mean, Kennedy's awesome gymnast, but of course not a Region 5 alum. So, but here's my question. Allie versus Sam as the main commentator, broadcast commentator, okay?
Yeah, the gym turnout is
yes.
nuts.
I know Allie has a lot of fans. However, it has been brought up that Sam, 1, went to school for broadcasting. That's what she went for. 2, has done many college broadcasts, including like SEC championships, last year's national championship, NCAA championships, and she does the current U.S. stuff, U.S. elite stuff. Okay,
she does.
Allie might have, knocked people's socks off at the beginning of her career thing, but I simply was not really that impressed. I really wasn't. I felt that she did a decent job, but I just feel Sam is more in tune to this job than Allie is. And I think that John kind of gave a little bit of intro to what Allie could say. I don't know if you felt that way, but like he kind of let her in and then she was very easy to finish. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like I said, I would never stand in there and be a broadcaster. I've talked to you about that. I wouldn't, that's not my place. That's not my lane, but I just feel Sam is very good at it. I think she's good at it. Everyone has their issues and it's hard and it's difficult and stuff like that, but I just feel she's really good at it. And Allie is, and not that Allie won't be, but to your first year, you're doing the national championships live main broadcast, and you have Sam over on whatever event. I didn't watch any of the single streams, so I'm not even sure what she was doing.
She was
probably
Bridget
Vault and Bars, maybe? Or was it Beam and Floor?
Beam.
Oh, that's right. Vault and Beam, right, because they're that thing, yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. My personal opinion would have been Sam. Put Sam with John. Sam with Bart. Sam with Kathy.
If you're not going to have Kathy Johnson-Clark doing it, which obviously we're retiring, if you're not going to have her doing it, Sam would have been my number 1 choice. So I thought it was kind of weird that Sam was on one of the event streams. I definitely think that Allie should have been on an event stream. I really don't think you should get to do a major championship like your first time out. I mean, like, okay, like I did MAC championships, but that's because the school I do for was hosting it. But, like, I was slightly terrified, but I knew all the athletes. Sam has been doing this a long time, like a way long time. As you said, she's done numerous years of meets. She's been doing USA Gymnastics things now. She's done a crap ton. She should have been the first choice. Like, did Allie do a good job? Yeah, she did a decent job, and I'm not going to say she didn't. However, this was like her first season, and she didn't even do a full season. I don't think like
it was
not
a big hoopla
over
her first meet that she did. I think it was like LSU, or something like that.
Yeah.
That first hoopla.
So I'm kind of.
I think it's ESPN/ABC because of the fact that Allie is so big on the Gymternet and social media for what the job she's done with her fans. Like I said, and you agree. I don't think she did a bad job. Sam has a lot of experience with NCAA, and she was an NCAA athlete. Allie, yes, it doesn't. You don't have to be an NCAA athlete to commentate. Clearly.
No.
But
absolutely not.
I think it helps, especially on that sense, because she's even been there. She's been to the national championships, both as an individual and as a team, and so she has that to bring and what they can, those type of things. A lot of the things that she would say, like Allie was talking about, were more like elite driven, or more like I don't look at the scores. Okay, well, that's fine. Some people do, some people don't. But it wasn't like she couldn't really draw from any experience that she would have had in that situation because, I'm sorry, NCAA championships is not like the Olympic Games. I mean, You're there strictly for yourself in the Olympic Games, regardless of what a gold medal for a team is about. You're there because you've trained individually to be an Olympian and compete at the Olympics. You go to nationals, unless you're there as an individual, you go there because of the other 14, 15, 16 athletes that are with you. And she doesn't have that experience because that's not something that she's used to. Sam is.
Yeah.
And so,
and everybody that was on the stream team, they all are NCAA athletes.
Correct.
All of them.
Correct.
Even John too. He's he did it all too.
No, that's the thing. And realistically, I think that the rest have done it. Like Bridget Sloan has done this stream thing, a couple times. So does Kennedy Baker. I think they feel comfortable that way. Anastasia Webb, I know, this is her first year commentating. I think she's getting better, but you wouldn't throw Anastasia Webb in that situation. She is learning and she's, getting better at it. And,
her broadcasting is like her gymnastics. She is silky smooth. She is silky, slinky smooth. Like I could listen to her all day long, just like I could watch her all day long. I enjoy listening to her speak. Mm-hmm. She's amazing. Yeah. So and she's getting better and more confident with what she's saying. But oh my gosh, she's amazing.
Yeah, no, I think
everything
she has
Anastasia Webb touches is amazing.
Yeah, I think she'll be good at this. I think she's gonna get.
I think she'll absolutely be amazing at this.
I hope that they continue with that. And then Olivia Karras, we didn't put her in here, but Olivia Karras was there at the Big Ten doing some great stuff. Although apparently geography is not is very it's very difficult for gymnastics or gymnasts because there was geography.
Speak for yourself.
There's geography issues there too, but I know who looks at a map these days, but. But I mean, that was cool that she was on. The Big Ten is really using Olivia, and I think that's awesome because of any one place that she really loves is the Big Ten Conference, and so she knows it. The athletes know her. It's like kind of similar to like what we do with Region 5. The athletes know us. The athletes know Olivia, and so it's feel comfortable for them.
Wish Olivia would have done more with this NCAA broadcast too. Like they could have put her on something.
Yeah, she could let her be
on a. What?
She could have been like Taylor's assistant. She could have done some other side, like Taylor go, no, let's go to Olivia for, this, like that type of thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. I absolutely, and other people in the Gymternet, I had posted that one time. I'm like, where is Olivia Karras? And other people concurred. They're like, yes, we love her. She is just the biggest personality ever. And so I wish she could be on the stream team or doing something on the floor, as you said. But oh my God, let me tell you. That geography thing pained me.
I had that video. I was like, oh, this will remind me of me. Can't tell where geography is.
Me, especially, oh my God, it must be you Illinois people that don't know geography, because Skyla Schulte, girl, I am calling you right out. You need a map like Jason. Florida and Georgia near Texas? Honey, no.
Even I know there's a few states between that. Alabama.
I love you to death, but honey, no.
Louisiana.
When she said Florida and Georgia, I was like, girl, no. Then she corrected herself, but I was like, girl, no. But yeah, that pained me. Yeah. Carly Bauman, though, you go, girl, you know. But isn't she from Texas?
Well, she's from Texas, yeah. So
I was like, yeah, you better know.
She knows where Texas is related to.
I know, but oh my God.
So I have my NCAA freshman of the year for sure is Anya Pilgram. Wow, phenomenal performance at NCAAs both days. Clearly she has found a love and passion for college gymnastics and is killing it. Because like I said, she was good at elite gymnastics and she was very good at level 10. But, NCAA is where she needs to be, and she's, loving her experience at Florida. And I just think it's awesome. Definitely the rock of that Florida team here at NCAAs this weekend. But definitely my pick for NCAA Freshman of the Year, if there is one, if there is that award even at all. I would definitely give it to Anya Pilgram. Courtney Blackson. I always want to say Blackstone. I don't know why I do that. Blackstone. We have a restaurant here near my house called Blackstone. And every time I see that, I always say that. Courtney Blackson, her Corkina on bars is one of my faves of all of the NCAA championships skills. That was just beautiful. That full bar routine was gorgeous. Stuck her dismount, was excited at the time. I think she put herself in the lead, but she was in the first session, so that didn't hold very long. But clearly, because someone else had to win. But awesome, beautiful bars, and I just love that Corkina. Nikki Smith does it 2 meets in a row. Regional finals,
yeah, she does.
Stuck it cold. NCAA semifinals, stuck it cold. And that would be her double tuck off beam. So awesome to see Nikki out there, her first NCAA championships. So that's, she's got that under her belt now. Balance beam, great routine. Not maybe her total best routine of the season, but hey, out there in the NCAAs under that kind of pressure, but to go out there and stick her landing on that double tuck, which there were only 2 double backs, I believe, in the entire NCAA championships, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that. Both Region 5 alums and both Michigan athletes.
Boom.
Which is, awesome. But one from Michigan State, obviously Nikki Smith, and then obviously Gabby Wilson from Michigan are the only 2 double backs, if I'm not mistaken, done at the NCAA championships. So that's awesome.
All I can think of.
Yes, that's awesome. But Boom. 2 meets in a row, stuck.
And you know what? It doesn't matter what the interior of that beam routine was. With some small wobbles, it's the period.
At the end, double back stuck.
That matters. Boom.
Talk about a Perea, Gabby Perea.
Good try. That was good try of that. That transition was a good try.
Yes. We saw her standing full in podium training, and I was like, sweet. We did not see it in prelims or in semifinals. I'm like, eh. But then, at the end of the lineup, she, after doing a kickover front wobble to a back tuck, ad-libbing back tuck, which I don't know if she ever did before, but she did. She throws her standing full in there. And I can't tell you how excited I was to see that. It was so awesome. Props to Gabby Perea.
No one seemed to care
about it. I don't think they saw it. John and Hallie, I don't even think they really saw it. They saw her wobble and then do the ad-lib back tuck kind of, but then she doesn't. Just a casual standing full and no one says anything. Yeah. I saw it, Gabby.
She did that back tuck and I was like, that's new and different, but okay.
Well, it said, I read something.
Because we didn't connect something.
I read something
in that she didn't connect it.
They said that she does her standing full when she doesn't connect her series because that's to add the bonus. I have not seen her compete her standing full, maybe only once in college. I think she did it one other time. So
I don't know where that was written.
But it was written on, I saw it in a post and I can't remember where it was. But that was definitely awesome to see. And then, of course, her side semi full, which she did hop on. I took a little hop. We talked about last week. We hadn't really seen it. Well, she got another little hop. Fun to see. Great to see that ending her career. And I know Norman had a shirt. I don't know if you saw that on social media. Norman had his shirt saying retired. So Norman Perea is also retired, apparently, from the sport of gymnastics. And then I messaged and said, awesome. He's an awesome, awesome people. The whole Perea family is awesome. But then I occasionally see them at the grocery store, so I look forward to seeing them there. We do. We run into each other occasionally at the grocery store.
Well, that's great. Next time you see them, ask them how retirement's going.
Yes, I'll say,
they apply for AARP?
I'm sure he's gonna be sad next season. He loves watching Gabby and the Cal Bears for sure. Great
can't
support.
she do a 5th year?
She could.
I mean, why don't we?
Who knows? We'll see if there's someone who comes back.
We had a slow start.
Yes, very slow start. Elite hung on to Gabby for a little while before she was able to allow her body to do gymnastics again.
We had a slow start. I mean, 1 more year is fine.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get it. We have a new skill, Kim, at the NCAA's performed. I know intentionally that was not the skill that was going to be, or what was supposed to happen, but the shown hair is now, if worked on, I think it could be a kind of a cool original, like just touching the beam down to the beam series. For those of you who didn't necessarily see it, she was trying to stand up from one of her roll on her back, stand up. Her foot slipped and she spun around the beam like a mill circle and pulled herself back up.
The ring around.
Yes.
The shown hair ring around.
Yes. So we can do the shown hair mill circle on the balance beam and get it named after. It's probably an A, too much work for an A, but I appreciate the effort of not coming off the beam. That is for sure. Hanging in there. She almost made it. She almost made the whole mill circle. Almost. She was very close and didn't even intentionally do it. Phenomenal. So the new skill, the shown hair. I said that Pilgram was my freshman of the year. My MVP of the championships is MJ Frazier. I truly enjoyed watching MJ, and she actually, little fact, tied Haley Bryant in the all-around in the finals day of competition. So, she tied the all-around champion of the meet. So MJ Frazier is awesome. And again, I just don't feel MJ gets enough credit for what she does. Apparently out west, that's not the case. But out here, we don't hear about MJ very much. And I think we need to hear more about her. Because she is phenomenal, doing huge, big skills, double layout on floor is gorgeous. But my MVP of the championships, in my sense. But Kim, it finally happened, and I could not be more excited about it.
I know, it only took a zillion years.
Davis, though she is not an outright national champion on either of her events, she is the national bars champion, tying Leanne Wong, for bars, but beautiful routine. And under the pressure of what Oklahoma had to deal with from their start of the competition, but Audrey Davis, 2024 NCAA National Bars Champion. She can move on with her life being a national champion, because I know she is not coming back. KJ has committed to, or has said that out in an interview. So, but anyway, she's the national champion. So Audrey, congratulations. We've been waiting, and it finally happened. Awesome routine.
Yay. Finally.
One of our alums was balanced for a national beam championship, but not too balanced when she came out in the first routine of the competition, and that would be Faith Torres. Balance beam, gorgeous, absolutely beautiful routine. Aerial layout, step out, like I said, seems like a cartwheel back handspring for her. I mean, it is so easy for her, so nice, but I don't think I've ever seen her sit down a vault. Now, she used to do Yurchenko fulls in club, and then she did Yurchenko double full in elite. But I don't think I've ever seen her Yurchenko 1.5s have been so consistent landings. She would hop forward or step forward or stick, and maybe occasionally step backwards, but nothing too dramatic where she didn't even land. I mean, her heels, but I mean, she's lucky she got her feet down. I mean, it was crazy, and that just led to a whole Oklahoma catastrophe on vault.
Somebody texted me and was like, what's going on with their vault? Are they just tired that they have to sit down? They're just too tired. It's been a long season. They're tired. Is that why they're sitting down in their vault? I'm like, no, they're trying too hard to stick.
Yes.
They're like, well, no, are you sure they're just not tired? I'm like,
that was their first event.
No.
Yeah,
they're just trying too hard to stick.
We did say that Faith was tired earlier in the year when her pack landed on her butt, but not this meet. I think the first event she probably wasn't tired yet. So, but awesome for her, national title. Our only Region 5 alum to take home a national title this year, because LSU doesn't have a current competitor. Now Kai Rivers is a national champion. She will get a ring, and she is part of that national championship team. However, but did not participate, but was there cheering and doing what Kai Rivers does, and we are going to try our hardest to coordinate our schedules and have Kai on for our alumni conversations this year. So who knows? Maybe the first. We'll see. Miley O'Keefe, I did text you when she landed in finals and said, I don't even remember what I said. I just know, like, cat-like, because she sticks. And she did not stick in semifinals. She did hop.
No, she didn't. I was very surprised, because that's like the only time in semis. That's the only time I've ever seen her probably not stick that dismount. But I mean, in finals, she did.
But she's like, this is my last bar routine. I'm gonna stick the heck out of this, and she did. So, Alina Finnegan. She
Horkeened us on floor. She 100% Horkeened us on floor. She was going for that out of bounds, and she just danced her way out. Very Horkina 2000 Olympics, when she just leaped around the out of bounds. Even though Horkina really went out of bounds, she just jumped out of it. She Horkeened us.
Yes, she was.
She did. She did.
That was an interesting Arabian double to that stag jump or seesaw jump, or whatever it is. But
however, Horkina actually went out of bounds, but
and Aaliyah did not.
It so well.
Right, but Aaliyah did not.
But she was close. Aaliyah did not. But
yes, she was close.
She Horkeened us.
Very nice 2.5 punch front though. Last pass for Aaliyah.
Absolutely.
Very nice. Excited to watch how she does at the Olympics coming up. That will be her next competition, I'm sure.
That is her next endeavor.
Yep. Props to Anna Roberts from Stanford. Obviously a storied season, especially in the postseason here in 2024. The fact that Anna is the national vault champion, and you can just go down the list of all of the great vaulters that have either won a national title, or are just phenomenal vaulters that score 9.95s. And the fact that Anna Roberts from Stanford, with a beautiful Yurchenko 1.5 that surprised the heck out of her when she landed, is the national vault champion. That's awesome. And that's just, another great story for Stanford, getting a national title this year, which I'm sure coming into nationals was not on many people's radar to be the national champion on vault. Let's talk about LSU finals.
Yes,
versus OU finals at Michigan regionals. Who wins the national title?
I don't know.
Thoughts? No, who wins? Who do you think? OU, night 2 in Michigan, or finals in Michigan. LSU, finals at NCAAs. If they're the same, pretty much the same type of competition. Do you think OU wins? If OU does OU gymnastics, does OU win, or was this LSU's to win? I mean, I know we can't. It's hard to compare because we know OU didn't make it, and OU fell on their first event and was out pretty much then. But OU looked awesome at Michigan, and OU was obviously expected to win, as everyone thought. But like I said, I felt LSU could beat them. They could beat them.
Right.
Do you think LSU did enough in finals to say, hey, yes, they probably would have beat OU?
I think so. Because I don't think other than KJ Johnson sitting down on floor.
Yeah, I think they're only.
I don't think they had.
Oh, and then Shane Harris spin around the beam.
Well, yeah. I don't think they had but you dropped the lowest score.
Correct.
So that's it. So I don't really think they had any other outstanding mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would just really I just wish that the two of them could have gone head to head again and just,
Right.
tried it out, because it's just hard. I mean, obviously you can't compare two different meets. You just can't. Judging is different, all that stuff. But I'm just excited for LSU because they have never won. And so the fact that they've won their first title is awesome.
Realistically, I thought LSU could have won last year. So, like, I could definitely have seen them winning this year because, like, last year they had people injured and stuff. And this year they seem to be, like, pretty, a healthy team.
Yeah, no,
for the most part.
that 100%. And the gymnastics that, they were doing was, outstanding. From, top to bottom.
And they had, like, pretty stacked lineups.
Yeah, no, it's just interesting value. You can't really compare because it's two different meets, but just looking at what OU could do if OU was in finals and LSU, did the exact same gymnastics that they did, it'd be very interesting to see what would have happened in the outcome there. Because like you said, they were close last year, to winning. So, but awesome to LSU adding their, making it the next team, a very small list of teams that have won a national title.
This was definitely like the final that like no one ever in a million years expected. Like people had LSU winning, but they definitely did not have this mix as the Final Four.
Correct.
Like at all.
Yeah, no.
And if you did, like you can tell the future because I know nobody had OU not in it.
Correct. 100%. Everyone said that too. Going in, OU was
like
already in finals.
I feel like Florida was not prepared to go into the Final Four because they wore an old leotard. Like
that's funny.
Honestly, like, and I'm not the only one who thought that.
They didn't expect to make it, so they they didn't have their new flashy leotard for the second
day. They wore
day.
their new leotard the day before. Their new leotard the day before.
They're like, well, we'll go out flashing, but then wait, we made it. We made it.
Wait a minute. Hold the phone.
Send in the other Leo. We gotta get another Leo here. ASAP.
We need that. We need a Leo. We need a Leo. Yeah, we need a Leo overnighted, please.
We're only making fun of that because guaranteed that Leo was with them. They didn't bring one leotard.
No.
Okay, so Jay's L at the end of his interview. Very interested to know who that was directed at. Now, L could just be LSU, but I've never seen them do an L.
It could be love.
So it could be love.
Jay, what's your wife's name? Is it Linda?
It can be loser to the program that kicked him out, let him go. That's what I think. And it's kind of funny that this weekend, Jay wins with LSU, and then who fires their head coach? That would be the University of Georgia. Rumors were that they wanted Jay back. That's kind of funny. I guess it's been confirmed that he is staying at LSU, but why would you leave? I mean, LSU is phenomenal there. The number of athletes and the program that you have there. But who's next at Georgia, do you think?
I don't know. Here's what I think. Kind of maybe think it, but this is a long shot because they just won with LSU. But I think maybe Courtney McCool and her hubby could jump the ship to LSU and be a hubby-wife coaching duo. But LSU just won, so why would they leave? However, I think it could be Courtney McCool and her hubs in some capacity, whether she's the head coach and he's the assistant or vice versa. But I think Courtney McCool and hubs.
Yeah, I think they have confirmed they're staying though.
Well, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, it could jump.
This was my prediction before you just said that.
Right.
Like the other day.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna stick with it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Because I can't really think of anybody else that I could see like going necessarily right this minute, but like that's my prediction because I could feel her as a head coach. I think she'd do a great job. And she came from Georgia. Like, she's an alumni of Georgia. And I enjoy her.
Yeah. But it didn't work once, so who knows if it would work again, although Courtney and Garrett are very good coaches.
I know, but Courtney McCool actually has college coaching experience compared to Courtney Pets. She didn't have zero. Going into Georgia, she had zero college coaching experience, not even as an assistant, as a grad, nothing.
Correct.
Zero.
Correct.
Courtney McCool has a shit ton and now has just been on a national championship team.
Correct. No,
So
it does. It definitely gives it the advantage, but we'll see. I mean, that's going to be.
who knows?
That'll be in the near future. We will know that because obviously the staff.
Oh, I'm sure we'll know it.
The coach
Yeah,
will be
we'll know.
determined shortly. I'm sure. I think that Simone may have to add to her GOAT tour. She may need another greatest of all time.
I think so.
Maybe add an NCAA athlete just to give it a well-rounded effect because, Haley Bryant, a GOAT for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see the TikTok that was like, I think I want to see a GOAT. And then it was like, a GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Haley Bryant.
Yes.
The LSU team did that. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah. So
Funny.
Simone, you may want to add Haley to your GOAT tour, because
I think they should add her to the GOAT tour.
Yes.
I mean, isn't she a senior? She's graduating.
Yep. Yes, she's
yes.
done. Yes.
GOAT tour.
Yes, definitely.
Simone, add to the GOAT tour with Shilesi.
Oh, Shilesi, yes. Who? I sent that to Sarah. And Sarah laughed. She goes, "Oh, I will be calling her that from now on." I'm like,
"Yes,
I'm sure she's gonna love it. Sure, she'll love it." But
Shilesi.
But hey,
didn't they called Khaleesi that once too?
Yeah, Khaleesi, yes.
Shilesi and Khaleesi.
Hey, they worked out together. They're good. Then they're friends. Like Khaleesi looks up to Shilesi, so Khaleesi with Shilesi. There you go.
Yes, Haley Bryant.
Yep.
The GOAT. The GOAT in trainings.
Congratulations, Haley. Awesome job both days at your last NCAA championship. But of course, obviously winning the all-around and the national title. Definitely, she's been around and done a lot for LSU gymnastics over her 4 years. So I would, obviously she is definitely the GOAT of NCAA gymnastics, and she should be on a GOAT tour. So all celebrations had to remain stopped until someone was able to make it her way onto the floor to help celebrate with LSU.
Dee. Oh my gosh, I was so excited when I saw the video. Someone's like, I had a dream about Dee and that she got a ring and she blah blah blah. You know what? As far as and then I saw this video and Dee's sauntering up onto that with her purple sweater with crowns and whatever else on it. You know what? Give Dee a ring. Jay, LSU, people of the ring making, give Dee a ring. She needs one. Or a crown.
They will.
A crown. Just give her a crown.
No.
LSU national champion.
She's going to get a ring. There is no way in God's green earth. After all that she went through and did and for her years at LSU, that she's not getting some bling from this national championship. You know that for a fact.
Heck yeah, she needs a crown, or she needs a ring or a crown that just says national champions. Right. Just get her a crown.
Yes.
I feel like she'd just wear it all the time.
Yes.
But yes, she needs a ring, a crown, an embossed blazer, something.
Yes, and for those of you who are not following, check out the Climb, the second version of the Climb. It's out now. They're on their fourth episode, I think. They've just competed at SECs. And now moving on to regionals, so that's next week. But it's really fun, really cool. You got to see the rings from last year before SEC championship, which is kind of funny that they presented the SEC championship rings at dinner before SECs, and Jay basically said, "Okay, everyone who wasn't on this team that won this ring, you're going to help us win this time." And they take a video right to Savannah Schoenhair. And I'm like, okay, no pressure, Savannah. So check out the Climb. It's fun. The Faces of Sloane Blakely.
Oh, my God. She is amazing. Her faces after every event, during every event, are amazing. And then when she dismounted beam, she landed, started to want to celebrate, but then she's like, "Oh, I have to do that thing where I hold the position for a little longer and then celebrate." But some of her faces, she has the most incredible expressions all the time, after every event, during things. Just so many faces.
It's going to be exciting to see another Blakely join her next year after her Olympic run. Her sister Sky is, of course, going to be a Florida Gator very shortly, but it'll be interesting and cool to see what.
Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be kind of like the Nia Nikki.
Right. And it'll be interesting when Kayla comes back and Sky joins them and what Florida does, next year. So, but we keep saying that. They
They're
just
winning.
keep loading and they just keep, finishing, second, third. So we'll have to see.
Maybe they'll win next year.
Fourth this year.
Maybe they'll break the curse of
Yes,
the coach.
maybe they'll
the
be the
coach
first to
curse.
break the curse. They were the only team in there that. Oh no, never mind. Sorry, my fault. 2 teams could have done that. Utah almost did, but Utah had a Oklahoma moment on vault, which kept them from winning. But for sure, not that was the only reason, but that kept them from winning for sure. No 10s at the NCAA championships. Now, granted, it's hard to get 10s with 6 judges,
Obviously.
but even like routine of Miley O'Keefe on beam that was again wobble free didn't go 10. So props to the judges there, keeping it down to the 2.764, 7.775.
Well,
average.
I almost thought that like somebody asked me about getting 10s and stuff. And I literally thought I spoke too soon. I'm like, nah, not going to happen. No one's getting a 10. And then Aaliyah Finnegan, she like killed it on beam. I'm like, ooh, did I speak too soon? Could we, what? Maybe. Yeah. But
no, there were no 10s, just lots of decimal point numbers after the decimal points, like always in NCAA championships. Yeah. One that we know we always talk about that looks at the beam and gets a 10. I felt so bad. She is one of Oklahoma's falls, and I don't think I've ever in my life seen Reagan fall off the beam. But that was a big surprise. I have to say, I was stunned because I don't think I've ever seen her fall on beam ever. Like ever.
I thought she was going to just destroy
kick the beam over and walk. It was already moving. KJ, just kick it over and walk off.
Oh my God. Could you have imagined if she just would kicked the beam and just like,
walked off? I'm done.
Gone.
Bye. Retired.
Boom.
Retired.
Oh my God. The beam breaks with her broken ankles. I literally thought life was going to be over after she fell off the beam.
I know. Wow.
Yikes.
One that I literally thought broke her shin on beam during semifinals on her layout attempt was Ellie Lazzari from Florida.
Oh my God. And then I had to replay it like 10 times because then they showed you from like the end view. Because I saw it from like across the gym type of thing because I had it on the TV and I was like, oh, we have to replay this.
Yes.
I have to watch this 27 times in slow motion again. Oh my God. And she fell on that like at whatever meet before.
She's fallen a couple times in the last like few meets. Like she has had struggles with that.
But this one was like a gnarly fall. This one was like, I thought she was dead.
Yeah, I thought she broke her shin. Like literally it looked painful on how she landed.
Yeah.
But I know you asked the question, Ellie, are you okay? Clearly, because in finals, she killed it. Finals, she killed it. Strong all around. I mean, she did have a 9.7 on vaults, flew out of her vault, but everyone flew out of vault, so, for the most part. But bars, beam, I mean, she was a little wobbly on that series. You could tell in the back of her mind. She was remembering what happened on Thursday, but she made it, good routine and then very solid floor. So she had an excellent finals competition to make up for that. But
the beam moved. I saw it. I saw it. It just, but oh my God.
Yeah,
I want to see the bruise.
Crazy.
Probably has a lump the size of Antarctica on it.
Well, Ellie, that was Ellie's senior year. Technically, no reports if she is coming back or not, so we hope she does. She did have her Achilles tendon tear, so she did lose that season, but let's hope that she comes back for one more year because obviously she can be put in anywhere and do the job for Florida. So some other seniors that are putting their grips in a box on the shelf in the closet. Maddie Wellagora, 5th year at Alabama. She made her back handspring layout step out, which she has had problems with, but did a tuck 3/4 instead of a tuck full and fell off the beam. She was one of 4 falls for Alabama, and not to mention one that you would never. When have we ever seen a fall from Luisa Blanco?
I've never seen her fall, so
I was completely surprised with that one too. But yeah, Maddie fell on a tuck 3/4. Supposed to be a tuck full, but didn't finish the twist and fell forward off the tuck 3/4. But very, very nice bar routine and a awesome floor routine, which she knew obviously was her final performance because Alabama wasn't going to move on. She gave it with her strut on. beautiful front layout, front double full. Awesome. And then she blew kisses to the Alabama fans as she ran off the stage and high-fived. I thought she was going to be crying, but she wasn't. Maybe she cried later. I don't know. Her and Makari gave a good hug. Makari was like hugging everybody and cheering for everybody on every team, as well as some of our alums. And I'm going to get to one in a minute because it almost made me cry. And I talked to Becky Doggett at regionals this weekend, and I said exactly what I'm going to say in a minute. But Gabby Wilson, all around, awesome, great last performance. I thought maybe she was a hair underscored on floor, although she did have a little bit, her Rudy was a little like one of those landing chest forwards. But Haley Bryant went over 9.9, I think she went 9.925 or something like that in team finals, and she did the exact same thing with a bent squatty, a little bit bendy knee landing on her Rudy. So, but she's Haley Bryant. But Gabby, awesome. 4 routines, beautiful. She's an All-American again. Great to see her in the all-around because she didn't get a chance to obviously compete last year at nationals. Obviously with Michigan not making it, she did not qualify, but be able to finish her career there, awesome. I'm sure her parents were excited. Sad that we're not going to see Gabby doing gymnastics anymore because we've watched that athlete grow up and through the sport. And so back in the level 9 when she wear her glasses to what she does now is just phenomenal. So proud alum here, Michigan alum as well. So congratulations, Gabby. Sierra Brooks, actually both Gabby and Sierra are in our lineup, so we're going to talk a little bit about them in a minute. But Sierra Brooks, her 2 events, vault and floor, again, awesome way to end your career. And here's where my comment is. She ran back on vault because she rotated with Alabama. She rode back on vault. Makari gives her this huge bear hug right away. And she says, Sierra, I love you. I could see her mimic her mouth. She goes, Sierra, I love you. And tears almost just came to my eyes. I was just to see them. They have been on so many all-star trips together. Actually, all 3 of them, Maddie, Gabby, and Sierra, have been on a lot of all-star trips together. But just to see that love that we have for our alums. I mean, Makari has love for a lot of athletes in this country, and she, always wants to support as many people as possible. That's just the way Makari is. But just to see that right at the end, give the big hug. It's just awesome to see, and just to see that. Sierra, I love you. That's just awesome. Congratulations to those 3 because they've done a lot for Region 5 as well as their teams. Michigan needs to rebuild. It's going to be a big rebuilding year.
Well, as I told Sierra and Gabby in an Instagram message, in my mind, they're not done yet because I still will be photo dumping many photos to them. So they still live rent-free in my mind with all of their routines. They're not done. Not yet. Can't let go of it yet. So no, not over. Same with Maddie. I will come to terms with all of this next season when I still refer to all 3 of them and Makari the way I refer to Anastasia Webb. So deal with that.
We will. Podcast socials, obviously to follow and subscribe if you don't know them now. I'm not really sure what you're doing. Region 5 College Salute Podcast on Instagram. Follow our podcast. Thank you to all of our wonderful fans of our podcast. We are now at 1050, I believe. We have over 1,000 people following our Instagram. That's phenomenal. We love it. Thank you for your support. Again, we'll be posting and continuing our coverage of our alums throughout the summer with our alumni conversations and what have you. But make sure if you haven't followed our Instagram, follow the Instagram. Region 5 College Salute on YouTube. Of course, our podcast, like I said, goes there. Our Jordan video podcast, which is our only video podcast we have right now, is up there. And then any upgrades through the summer that I find and I get sent to me or I can get downloaded, we'll put up there so you can see that. But follow and subscribe to our College Salute on YouTube. And then, of course, our other content, Alumni Monday, which is unfortunately over for the season, but it will return next season. Always, you can check that out because we always post about 10 routines per week during the NCAA season to give other alums that we may not talk about some attention and some love. So the Alumni Monday. But definitely follow our podcast socials, Instagram and YouTube, the Region 5 College Salute. So go check those out. All right, Kim. Your final jive of the 2024 season. So let's jive on floor from the NCAA championships.
Yes, let's. LSU's floor lineup is completely stacked. It's incredible to have so much talent in one floor lineup. It's almost not fair. From the top, Connor and Amari Drayton. I cannot wait until their elite wears off and they get more into their college personalities, because their floor routines are great. Beautiful, great music, fun, hip-hoppy. I love everything about it. Their tumbling is incredible, but I feel like they could give a little more in their dance expression departments. So you can definitely tell they're still kind of like in their elite mode. I cannot wait till that kind of wears off and they get just more into that dance and let their college personalities just shine through. But let me tell you, they are killer, and I just cannot wait for the next few years of that, because whew, KJ, girl, I've always said I love you. You're amazing. Your floor, like you're tumbling, like girl. However, you lost a little steam after you fell onto your booty. So you just have to keep bringing the fire in your routine, because your routine is it. Like, I love watching your routine. Her routine has so much happening. However, I wish those girls that have those black leg sleeves, you wore a white leotard, you should have like put some white tape or like whatever over the black leg sleeves. Would have just set the outfit off a little bit more for me. I wish you would have done that instead of that black. Just the contrast, just tacky. But anyways, floor routine. Don't lose the steam, because there was a part after that second tumbling pass when you sat down and you were like boom, 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 boom. You could have given it a little more, but you sat on your butt and then you lost your steam. And because I knew she could have brought it a little better with that. But yeah, stuck the double back. You go, girl. Aaliyah, she is just beauty, grace, funk, and elegance, all wrapped into a little bundle of Aaliyah Finneganness. And I am just here for it. Her routine is just so many things. I love it. And I cannot wait to see what she does at the Olympics, because she is just it. Haley Bryant. Just Haley Bryant. Her routine is not overly spectacular in like the dance department. It is just very like consistent, even keeled. Her music is just very dramatic. Her tumbling is on point. That so good.
Yeah,
so good.
That double front is so consistent. It
is.
lands the same way. It's like a Miley O'Keefe type landing all the time.
Yes, ridiculously consistent. As I said, consistent. Not overly flashy with the dance and stuff, but like just consistent. And then Kaya Johnson. We just needed a little bit more tape with the leotard to spray that down. But your routine is killer. Killer routine. I like her routine is what Connor and Amari, y'all need to like take notes. And that is what you aspire to once you rinse off the elite. You shed your elite skin. That is the routine I'm expecting, is that level of performance and that level of getting into the performance quality of your routine, of attacking. Right there. Perform and bring it to the Kaya Johnson performance, and that is where it's at right there. However, we're going to go from this LSU bundle of joy to Jaylene Gilstrap and Utah's elegance. We're going from LSU, who's like the funk and the hip hop and the like boom, pow, and we're going to take it in a complete 360 over to Utah, that now we are toe point and elegance. Jaylene Gilstrap, girl, her toe point is to the ground. Where'd you come from? Toe point to the ground. And then her dance ability and her like amazingness. She reminds me of Gail Mackey, a former Utah Canadian Olympian. I love Gail Mackey, by the way. I stole a piece of her music once when she did Alicia Keys. Ugh, the best piece of music ever. But let me tell you, the elegance and grace and balletic classical queen that we used, the flexibility that she is exhibiting in this routine, and the toe point and the balletic all the way through the arms and fingertips. However, who commentated Floor? Because it's not Queen Bohemian Rhapsody inspired. girl, it is Bohemian Rhapsody.
I think
And
they
it was
said that,
glorious.
yes, because it is a very interesting version of that song. Like when I first heard it, I was like, wow, this is like a really cool edited version of this piece of music. And I agree. I like the routine.
It's not Bohemian Rhapsody inspired. This literally is Bohemian
Yeah,
Rhapsody.
it is the song. It is the song.
But it was glorious. And this is one of my favorite versions of this song. It's perfect for floor. It's not like the rock ballet version. It is the most classical version that you could get. And I was like, oh yes. And her ending was just like, yes. Oh my God. This is one of those floor routines that can live rent free in my soul forever. Miley O'Keefe, girl, you fooled us and then you popped it. What is happening? I was like, are you okay?
That's my favorite. That's my favorite part. That's the part I think I mentioned this on a podcast earlier this year. I thought she had a back injury. I thought she hurt her back and she was like holding herself and then she quickly. So like, I love that part of the routine. That's like my favorite part. Like she's like, ow, my back. Nope. And go. And go. I was like, that's awesome.
I was like, she was like bending over. I'm like, oh, because last year how Trinity Thomas, she was like dance, and then she like hurt her foot. I was like, I thought it was another one of those things, like, because dance. I'm like, ooh, girl, you okay? Got a stomach ache? Your back hurts? What's going on? And then she's like, pop. No, Miley O'Keefe, you are fine. You are just popping it. Oh my God. But the energy of this routine is literally infectious. Like, oh my God, I want to get up and do the routine. I wanted to dance along. I wanted this to be the little bouncing ball sing along, except no, we're doing the dance moves along with her instead of the little Disney bouncing ball sing along. Put the dance moves up on the screen and we'll all do it together. That's what I wanted out of this. And her ending, I had to replay it 10 times because it's fantastic. She just like comes out of that pass and boom to the floor. I want everyone to do that. Remember at Michigan meets how they would like up on the screen do the, okay, when the gymnast gets this part, follow along. And I always remember that was like the Nicole Arts era because I always remembered her part. But I was like, I want that to be the follow along part. Everybody get up and do this. You'll all die because you can't do that in the stands. But like, everybody get up and do this together. Okay, so when I go to choreograph routines this summer, guess what? Somebody will be doing that. And when they'll like, you want me to do what? I'll be like, hold on, please let me pull it up. It's a fantastic. I want to watch it again right now. That's how much I enjoyed Miley O'Keefe's floor routine. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's such the contrast between LSU and Utah. It's amazing. I love it. And then Grace McCallum, you just make me so happy. Her floor routine. And I love the fall to your back thing that, that she's done for years, the jump to the back thing. Many people do it nowadays. I tried to do it once. I almost died. I can't do it. Her floor routine just makes me happy. I couldn't tell you what she tumbled because I don't care. I couldn't tell you what her turns, jumps, and leaps are. But she just makes me happy in every routine she does. She just has this smile all the time. Skyla Schulte. I rewatched your routine 3 times because, girl, I think it just gets better and better. And you stuck all those passes and your score did not reflect it, I don't think. But you just sticky feet wins the meet. Your tumbling is on point at this meet. It was. And I love in the stands, your parents, they just make me so happy during your routines with their outfits and whoever was sitting with them from Cal. Oh, was that Ella Cesario's parents?
That's a possibility. Yeah.
That's who I thought maybe. He had a whole Cal outfit on. I was going with maybe Ella Cesario. That was like my deductive, investigative. I don't know, but they were all dressed with their overalls. Andy Lee, can you continue gymnastics forever?
Hopefully she'll continue one more year. Let's hope.
Can you please, Andy Lee? Can you do one more year? So somebody asked me. They texted me. They're like, I hope her parents and her sister are at the meet and very proud of her. I'm like, they are. And they were like, well, but regionals. I'm like,
no,
they're at that meet.
Yes.
They are not at the regionals. They're at that meet.
Yes,
Right there.
I had to help their coach. I had like springs, and I was just like, I'm doing everything to help. You need help? Okay, you need help. I'm like, Anna, and Gianni, they're where they need to be. I'll help you out. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm like, there is no questions.
Yes, I'll help you out.
They're at that meet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are. 100 million %. But Andy, if you can do another year, that'd be amazing.
And just do all the skills that no one has ever seen you do, because there is a whole slew of them. You'd be surprised what Annie could do.
I need you to do floor, especially. If you don't want to tumble, that's fine. That's fine.
Dance throughs, leaps.
If your body hurts, I understand. But if you just want to do dance routines and just all the cool things, but I need you to bring back that up on your toes thing, that little, how you do that little pop-up thing. I need that. But this floor routine is so good. It's so good. Or you could do like all your floor routines together that you've ever done or something. I don't know. Or you could do like a legacy routine and some of Anna's together that I liked of hers too, and just like put an Andy twist on it. You know, she could bring back this, you could like do a little like
the arm thing.
This one, the little serpenty one. I don't know. But I definitely need one more year of some Andy Lee floor routines. Aaliyah Finnegan, back to you. Beam. I'm not crying, you're crying. That's all I got to say. That was the best beer team I've ever seen. It was amazing. And then, as always, to close out my jive for the last time this season, Gabby Wilson, duh. Rent-free, always. That routine, yes. So there's that.
So there's the final jive of 2024.
Yep.
Lots of fun
Gabby
stuff.
Wilson.
Yes.
It's you. You're the final. Gabby Wilson, you are the final jive of 2024.
Region 5 University, presented by the College Salute Fan Zone.
The College Salute Fan Zone is your one-stop online shop for everything college gymnastics, from hoodies to crews to tees to tumblers and more. Check out dancegymnasticsdesigns.squarespace.com to shop all of your favorite college teams and support your favorite Region 5 alums all season long.
So our NCAA lineup, of course, to remind you, was team finals. Any alums in the team finals, NCAA team finals, meet, as well as the individuals in the semifinals. However, we did have to call one audible, and we needed to take one vault from the NCAA semifinals in order to have 5 on each event. So we will get to that now, and that audible led off our vault lineup, and that would be Hannah Scheibly from Oklahoma, 9875. She had to go after many vaults that did not do well. I mean, her freshman teammate, Kira Wells, did actually have a good 1.5. She did step forward, but that was the only vault before Hannah went that was actually good. All the rest were either low landings or falls. So props to Hannah. 9.875, and of course her fan club was in the stands. That would be her parents, and not at regionals, as the Lees were not as well. So congratulations to Hannah, 9.875 on vault. Ella Cesario, actually beautiful Yurchenko full. She did hop back a little bit, but it was very, very nice. Ella is in quite a few lineups here. Actually, she's in all 4 events, which is awesome. But 9.8675 on vault. Sierra Brooks, last year, Chinko 1.5 of her career, 9.8675. Beautiful vault for her. And then Gabby Wilson had to sit through all of the falls before she did her year Chinko 1.5 and took a hop forward, because of course she did, because God knows she wasn't going to try to go stick for that and sit down. So 9.85. And then Ellie Lazari, 9.7875. It was kind of not as high as she usually is, and she definitely hopped forward, a big hop forward on her year Chinko 1.5, but hey, she landed it, got on her feet. 49.475. Yes, that's right. 49.475. That's the scores at NCAA championships. On bars, the final performance of Gabby Perea on bars, 9.9175. Absolutely gorgeous pack. Beautiful kipcast handstand to start off the routine, and a rocked double layout. She has a Shaposh half or a Maloney half in there too. Absolutely gorgeous routine. Ella Cesario, a beautiful Jaeger that was only outdone by Andy Lee's Jaeger. Ella 98875 and Andy both 98875. Strong routines, both stuck their landings for good scores for Cal on bars. Gabby Wilson 98625 on bars in the preliminaries or the semifinals round, and then Ellie Lazzari 985 on bars as well. Ella Cesario on balance beam. Absolutely gorgeous beam routines both days, actually. What Ella's doing for Cal is awesome. 98875. Andy Lee 9875 nailed the heck out of her her gainer full off beam. It was very nice. A little wobbly in the routine, but very nice. And then Liz Gantner. Liz did not compete in day one. She replaced Gilstrap in finals and went last on beam, and I actually missed this routine, and it wasn't until I was going through the lineups and the scores that I saw that she was in it that I had to then go back and watch. I'm not sure how I missed it because it says John says Elizabeth Gantner up on beam, but I missed it totally. I missed it too. 9875. Awesome routine, very solid. But like I said, I found it funny. But yeah, she replaced Gilstrap. Now Gilstrap did fall in day one, so I'm not sure if that's why they replaced her or what have you. But it was a beautiful routine, very solid backhanding layout, step out. Solid as a rock. I love her mount. That forward roll on is really cool. 9875 for her. Gabby Wilson, another 9875, small hop on her double tuck, but a very solid routine. Very big. Standing split jumps, switch jumps, as usual. Awesome. And then, of course, Ellie Lazzari bouncing back from her layout shin break to hit a 985 on day two. Although, was a little shaky, not big, but a little bit on her layout, but, that's to be expected. But solid routine to finish off for her season this year, 49.3625 on beam. And then over to floor, and the last floor performance of Sierra Brooks, 9.95, absolutely gorgeous half and half out on floor. Beautiful routine, definitely, gave it her all, in her final performance. You've already talked about Gabby Wilson's routine, kind of just saying, duh, living in your head. 99125, I think I mentioned it already. She did her layout Rudy and kind of landed a little short. She didn't step, but her chest was a little forward. Or I think that score may have been a little bit higher because her first pass was killer. Very nice, full open full in. Was great. But 99125 last floor routine for Gabby Wilson is an All-American on that routine. Skylar 99125. You talked about the routine. I'm interested to see what she'll do next year in her senior year. I can't believe Skylar's a senior already. But see what she does, what they have. I hope they can kind of take it from freshman year and this year and kind of make it a little bit more, just flashy. I'd really like to see her get after that, but like I said, I think this routine won me over as the season went on. Ellie Lazzari 9875, beautiful performance, very nice front double full in both days of competition, and competing in the all around for Florida this year is awesome, especially coming off her Achilles tendon tear. So that's awesome. And then Ella Cesario 98625, another very nice routine, very high double back last pass. So overall, strong performance, 98625 for Ella and Cal. 49.5125 for a grand total of 197.5275 for our last lineup score. And if we were a, team competing at NCAAs, we would have finished fourth, beating Florida by 1/10. And in our notes, I said, thank you, Ellie, for your efforts in finals. Because without Ellie doing events, we would be replacing other athletes somehow, some way. But we finished fourth overall, 197.5275 in our first year of qualifying to nationals. And again, thank you to Hannah, Ella, Sierra, Gabby, and Ellie, as well as Andy and Liz for, just killing it at NCAAs. It's exciting to see. So. Moving to our last best five of the week for the season. Best stick, we have to give it to the Smiths. One ASU, one MSU. Ayanna Smith, ASU, I give it to her because it was the most surprising vault ever for her. You could tell she was just like, I can't believe I just stuck this vault. And actually, she at the time was the top vault scorer in preliminaries or the semifinals day at NCAA's, but she was an individual only on vault, and she rocked that 1.5 cold, and her face was just crazy. I loved it. Anaya Smith from ASU, and then of course Nikki Smith from Michigan State, sticking that double tuck on beam at the end. Got to give it to her. The best handstands is our two from Cal, of course, Andy and Gabby Perea. Andy Lee and Gabby Perea. Beautiful handstands, beautiful bars both days of competition. Just awesome. Great to see. Best performance, definitely Faith on beam, national championship. Congratulations to Faith. I'm sure she would have rather have won the national title as a team, and competing on that second day. But awesome job, Faith, on beam, and of course LSU. I mean, hello, national champions, first time in program history. Congratulations to them winning the national title. So, best at the college post routine celebration, Kim.
Well, for me, that would be Aaliyah after beam. Because just the tears and the whole thing. And then Sloan Blakely also after beam on semis when they wore the blue leotard, and just all her faces, because the faces of Sloan Blakely all the time.
And then our best college stick stay and salute, we're going to go with probably the one who invented the salute in college gymnastics, even though she wasn't born when the college salute probably started. That would be...
It's Andy Lee. It's always Andy Lee. It'll forever be Andy Lee for me. And you know what? Honestly, I don't even care if she sticks or stays, but it's the salute, always the salute. And especially in this competition, we have to finish the last podcast of the season with Andy Lee with the salute. That's how it is. That's how it goes. That's all she wrote. It's over. It's done. That's what it is.
Let's hope that's not Andy's last college salute and finish to her career. But if it is,
Andy, are you getting it yet?
Yeah, we want you back.
You can't be done.
No.
We voted.
Yes.
We decided another year.
Yes. Lots of seniors this year. Hats off to them. We've enjoyed watching your college gymnastics performances, and we look forward to seeing what your life brings and what journeys you take as you move on in your life. So good luck, and thank you for all you've done for Region 5, as well as representing Region 5 and your teams in NCAA.
We know you enjoy our podcast and want more people to find out how awesome it is, so please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to the R5 Insider podcast. Please continue to follow us at R5 College Salute _podcast on Instagram and YouTube. Thanks again to Full Out Recruiting for your continued support, as well as our listeners. We could not do all of this without your support. Follow us on all our social media accounts for the most up-to-date information on what's going on with our R5 alums all season long.
Thanks again for joining us for our 2024 NCAA Championships recap. Make sure you go listen to and watch our conversation with Jordan Weber. You can watch that, of course, on our College Salute YouTube channel. More conversations to come as we will begin our R5 alum conversation podcasts after Level 10 Nationals. Stay tuned to our alum lineup for those conversations. Congrats to all our senior alums on finishing their gymnastics careers, and we hope those who can return for fifth years will. Thank you to our listeners for making this Season 6 our best one yet, and we are looking forward to bringing you more spine-breaking coverage of our Region 5 alums all off-season. Talk to you soon. Follow, like, and subscribe. Peace out, Region 5.
5, 5, 5, 5, 5.